You have to card day.
Come on, Kakarot! Find a way! I entrusted everything to you! My pride, my promise, everything!
How much can you see with those Sharingan of yours?
But abandoning one's love for his friends and fellow man, is that really what it means to become an adult?
Good morning. What's good, everybody?
Yo.
House of Kage's episode 18.
18. The best date right there.
Jordan's fucking birthday day.
I mean, today's not my birthday, obviously, but...
Yeah, but you know
18.
what I'm saying. The 18th.
Yeah.
So, today, bringing you another great anime that, of course, you guys should go and watch after this podcast, after you hit that like and subscribe button. But,
Right? Do that first.
Yeah, of course.
Check it out.
Of course. We're going to be going over the new Devil May Cry anime on Netflix.
Yeah. And just say, good that we're telling you it's on Netflix, because you could pull a me, and I knew the Devil May Cry was dropping this year, so like, oh, I'm going to check this shit out. And my ass went on Crunchyroll, and they have the original old one from 2001, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this, and I'm like, this shit doesn't look like a brand new anime. It gives me like old school vibes. And I'm just I probably watched like 3 episodes. And I'm just sitting there talking to Brooke, and I'm like, yo, like, shit, you know, it's not too bad. I was like, but it just doesn't seem like a newer anime to me. I'm kind of surprised, whatever. I was like, it's not bad, but. And then I got on Netflix, man. I think I was on the airplane heading to North Carolina, dude. And I get on the airplane, and I'm like, I'm scrolling through Netflix, and I was like, see, boom, Devil May Cry, and I'm like, oh, it's on Netflix? Then I click on it, and I look, I'm like, it don't look like the. I'm like, oh shit, this is what it is right here.
Yeah, we've been watching the wrong shit the whole time.
Watching the old school.
That's crazy.
So I didn't finish the old school. I actually switched right over to the new one. I watched like one episode.
I didn't even know they had the old one,
Right.
So that's news to me. I only knew about the games. So,
I didn't know about the games until 5 minutes ago when you just told me, oh yeah. I'm like, there's a game
too?
too?
Nick was the first one to put me on the game. It was like, he used to live in an apartment up in BD Ave in friggin' Lynn when we first started playing those.
Really?
So that's how long ago they were,
Wow. So we should have had Nick watch this Netflix one and had him jump on the episode.
Yeah, had him come on the pod. Yo, Nick, if you're watching this, man, this is you should be on this too, bro.
Right, man.
But Devil May Cry Netflix just came out this year. What is it? 8 episodes?
8 episodes.
8 solid ass episodes, man. It was a good fucking anime.
Yeah.
So we finna get into it.
Yeah. Normally normally it's like 12 episodes and we complain all the time about it. This time I'm not gonna complain about the 8, just because for one it was kind of easier to blast through 8 episodes for the pod and stuff, but at the same time each episode was good though. You know, not like it was like one episode of just, you know,
they didn't have 4 episodes of like straight filler and backstory.
Yeah,
like they kind of were telling a few stories at like one time, and you just had to piece it together, and it was very easy to piece together. It wasn't anything crazy.
And at the end they definitely point out like there's gonna be another, you know, season.
Oh yeah,
which,
there's definitely being another season.
Because I like this anime more than I thought I would.
I didn't like the animation. The animation was it's a weird type of like CGI slash. That's not my favorite.
It's different. It's not my favorite, but I don't mind it. You know? It's not my favorite. It's not like what I'll go to, but
it's not my go-to or my favorite. But it didn't bother me like it usually does in like newer animes.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was still good. It didn't take away from the anime for me, which I'm surprised.
Yeah. So when you start this anime off, right? The you know. This anime gives me like it's like an American-made anime vibes because of the theme song.
Yo, the theme song was crazy.
Yo, so Limp Bizkit rolling. That shit came on, and I did a double take, and I'm like, what am I hearing rolling right now?
Yeah.
And I just gotta tell you, man, it got me amped. It brought me right back to when I was 10 years old, and my older brother and his boy had the Limp Bizkit burnt CDs, and they would just blast it in the room, man, and I was just listening to it, and it just brought me back, man.
Yeah,
brought me back.
I rewatched this with Mindy, like the whole 8 episodes, I think, like last week, And she goes, "Is this Limp Bizkit?" And I was like, "Yeah,
You
yeah."
know, you don't hear that because
you don't hear it at all.
Anime we watch is Japanese,
Yeah.
and it's a Japanese someone singing whatever, and it's just it's some are cool, some are like I'm skipping. This was just like, bro, you hear a American fucking song and it's fucking Limp Bizkit. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
it is pretty crazy that they did that, and they have a couple other like American like I don't know like rock bands in the show in the background.
It's a lot of that's why I fucked with the soundtrack of the show because there was like a few good like late 90s alternative or soft rock songs or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what to call it, but
they had Papa Roach.
I don't know the name of the song.
Jesus, was it Papa Roach? Cut My Life into Pieces. Last Resort. They had that on. I was like, oh my god. I said that was another song. I remember I was in 5th grade and I loved that song when it came out. Acting like makes you want to act like you're suicidal or something. It was just like, that's crazy. But it's a song that kind of just vibed well with the show though. Like, you know what I mean?
Everything they put into the fucking show was really good, and it fit whatever was going on in the show at like a perfect time.
It worked well, man.
Yeah,
I
was glad about that.
Right.
I don't think anything for me is gonna be better than the Tokyo Ghoul song though.
Oh man,
I had that shit on my phone right now.
Yo, the Tokyo Ghoul, Glassy Skies, bro. I had it as my alarm to wake up some mornings, man.
That's
hilarious. For a little while, man. Even I was like, oh, that sounds like a dope ass song.
Fire, yeah.
I was like, it's every time I hear it too, I just think of that one scene where
he's getting tortured by Jason.
Nah. The scene, I don't remember the name of the dude that he was with, Kaneki, but I remember Kaneki was sitting in a room, whatever, and he was just sitting at the table, and the dude walked over, and he was like, "You ready?" And then they started playing like the Glassy Sky. And he's like, "Let's go." And Kaneki put like his mask on and got up, and they started walking out together. And it was just like, I'm like, yo, this song is so fire.
That song is so fire. Yeah, I love that song.
It's so good, man.
I don't even know what they're saying, but I can feel it.
Yeah, yeah, man.
But this anime pops off.
Fire too.
It's a bank robbery type thing, which is crazy. It's like a wannabe SEAL Team 6 rolling into this bank. It looks like it's in friggin' Britain, whatever, and
all these nice friggin' artifacts and pieces
like
and stuff,
knight armor, a bunch of fancy paintings and all this stuff, and then they're going through this scan in the area, and then one of the best written villains of all time.
Nah, he's dope.
He's one of the best villains in the anime I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, he's cool.
He reminds me of Madara.
Yo,
but
I was gonna
like
tell you,
yeah.
His English voice is fucking Madara's English voice. I haven't confirmed it, but when I listened to it, I put it as a note. I listened to it, I'm like, this dude talks and sounds just like Madara Uchiha.
Nah, it's not the same dude.
Dog,
I wish it was.
He must be trying to mimic Madara.
Yo, you know who it is? I forgot that you were the one who put me on the show. It's fuck. Ah, man, that's gonna piss me off. I'll get back to that in a second when I look it up. But you're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck?
Yo, the way he speaks, man, he speaks just like Madara. He speaks like somebody with like intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
He just has that like tone and demeanor.
It's Job.
Job?
Yeah. From Banshee.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's who it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
Wow. Shout out to Banshee, man.
Yeah, shout out to Banshee.
It's not an anime show, but it's a show like, yo.
If you like a fighting show, that show's for you.
This show, every episode was just like fighting, killing, sex. Like, it was a crazy show, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Banshee. Woo. If you haven't seen Banshee and you like fighting, like action shows.
Yeah.
Watch Banshee, man.
Slept on.
Definitely.
But yeah, I had that read as a note. Like, yo, homeboy, the white. You don't even find out for a while that he's actually human.
You don't find out for a long time.
Yeah, he's literally wearing a white rabbit mask, but it just looks.
He looks like a demon, though.
Yeah, he looks like a demon with a rabbit demon.
Yeah,
it's like he's the white rabbit.
So he like strolls up behind these guys, and they don't even know that he's there, obviously,
or that he hired them to do the heist.
Yeah. And so they're talking shit, and he goes, "Yeah, I know why you guys are here. I'm the one who hired you." And they're like, "Then what the fuck are you doing here, bro?"
He's like, "You guys are here for whatever 2.2 million or something when you have this beautiful like artifact, like whatever, right here,
right in front of you."
Wait, how'd you know that? And he's like, "I hired y'all. What are y'all talking about?"
Yeah.
Man?
It's Money Mitch around here, B.
Yeah, man.
And then he goes over to this fucking rusty ass sword, and you're like, okay, that's it.
The force-edged sword of the Demon Knight Sparta.
Sparta! And then
crazy name.
He grabs the sword and kind of like whips it down, and then like all the rust falls off, and it starts glowing purple. And I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers are dead.
Oh yeah, once that happened, I was like, all right, man. I don't care if y'all worse the SEAL Team 6 that took out Bin Laden. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
This dude's about to. He's gonna make fucking chop suey out of
Yeah,
y'all any second.
y'all getting murked.
That's exactly what happened, man.
Yeah, he's slicing and dicing motherfuckers so much.
This is like not even 10 minutes into the first episode. He just
it's the beginning of the first episode.
Very beginning. He just murks these dudes.
Yeah,
like,
solid 6 dudes. He just fucking murks them.
And it was brutal.
And it's like one of those anime characters that they're shooting like 80 bullets at him. He's just hitting it off with the sword.
He's blocking with the sword.
I love that shit. Yo.
Deflecting like it's nothing, bro.
Yeah, I love that
so
shit.
you see that too. You're like, oh yeah, this dude's def some demon rabbit.
Yeah, this dude's about that action.
He's just a human that's a fucking straight monster.
Yeah, he's a fucking goon.
Yeah, dude. Yo, the U.S. president in this show. So you only like a couple times you actually see the president of it. So like I said, the show's based in the U.S. But you only a couple times meet like the president, whatever.
It's all about the vice president.
Yes, it's about the vice. But did you hear the U.S. president and how zesty this dude spoke? Oh my god, this dude came out, he's like, Saddam Hussein. Like, he just said it so zesty, bro. Like, the way he talked, they made him so like flamboyant. I was dying,
they really did,
bro.
They really did.
The way he said Saddam Hussein had me crying. He said like Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, they made friggin'
he's like a Texan zesty, like a zesty Texan dude.
Yeah,
bro.
it's the most craziest thing. But the crazy part is his counterpart, the vice president, is just some like fucking cold-hearted goon who's about that action. Yo, do you know who his voice actor is?
No.
As soon as I heard him, I knew exactly who it was. It's fucking Batman from the animated series.
Is it really? Yeah. I didn't want. Oh wait, like not the '90s one.
Yeah.
Right? Oh really?
Yeah, that's who it is.
See, I don't. I mean, I love that growing up, but I'm not gonna remember the voices unless I watch it again.
I bought the whole series, and me and Angelina went through like the first like 3 seasons together. Cool. And that dude's voice is so distinctive. It was like, fucking one of the voices of my childhood. So as soon as he started talking, I was like, yo, hold the fuck up.
Yeah,
He's
that's
been, Kevin Conroy is the dude's name, but I was like, yo, he's been dead for like 4 years.
Vice President Baines.
He must have been doing this. They must have been developing this for a long time.
Yeah.
He's been dead for a while.
Unless they said they started with him and they just fucking AI'd his rest of his voices.
Well, yeah, they started with him. I think he only did 7 episodes, probably because he died. But
yeah, he's badass in this show, man.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
he'll kill anybody he needs to do to get the job done.
Yeah, he looks at shit, we didn't really even get into like the basis of the show, right? So like Devil May Cry is about them fighting demons too, right?
Yeah, because technically Dante, who's the main character of the show, is half demon.
Yo, yeah. So another thing that what I like about the show is it kind of keeps you guessing for like a lot of episodes. Then you get to like the middle towards almost the end, and then you find out that he actually is
if you don't,
they call him a half breed.
Yeah, if you're calling they be smoking him for being a half breed. But
I'm like, shit, that's me, man.
If you don't know anything about well, it's both of us. If you don't know anything about Devil May Cry from the video games or early anime, like if you do, then you know who he is and like with that whole situation. But if you don't, he's getting fucking shot and stabbed and shit, and he's just like eating it.
On the spot.
Yeah, he's like, "Don't worry about it. I'm just a fast healer." He's like, "Fam, no one heals like that, bro."
Yeah, he was in like because he hates demons. Obviously, the demon's wife took out his mom, so
right in front of him. They killed his mom and his brother. So we thought they killed both of them right in front of him.
So he pretty much dedicates his life to just wiping out demons. So of course
he's a mercenary for hire for killing demons.
Yep, people hire him to take out demons, and like, of course he's not gonna think he's fucking a demon. He thinks he's because he looks like a human. He's just a motherfucker who heals faster than Wolverine.
Yeah,
fucking, and he's a beast.
And then right after the bank heist and that whole thing goes down, friggin' the little baby in the stroller.
Oh yeah,
it gets kidnapped or ate or whatever. And then the lady's like, this lady's
cooked,
so
bro.
dumb.
I said
the little
same
baby
thing,
like toy, and it rolled all the way down a 100-foot alley.
It just kept it kept rolling like something that's in Final Destination, where something just falls and it keeps on rolling and just doesn't stop. And it's like, all right, that would have been stopped. Especially a rattle on concrete.
Yeah,
that shit would have rolled like maybe 5 feet and then stopped. But that shit kept rolling. It turned
all the way down an alley, turned and went halfway down another alley.
And it was a pit. It was like a dark ass alley. It's just her with a baby.
And
I would have been like, sorry.
She's like, damn, Gabriel.
Yeah, I would have been like, sorry. I will get you another one tomorrow. You can cry yourself to sleep
as
on the walk.
As soon as I saw that thing, if I looked at him and then looked down the alley and it was all the way down there, I'd be like, that's impossible.
Yes.
We ain't going down there.
We're not going down there unless I got the fucking Desert Eagle on me or something.
Got the Yappa on me right now.
But if that ain't happening, we're gonna keep it moving. But she follows it, of course, and some demon comes out of nowhere and starts choking the fucking shit out of her.
Yeah, and right before she gets killed, Dante comes and then kills the demon. And then while he's talking to said lady, the little baby is like transforming and stuff. It's like it's like glowing blue.
So then it right before the rattle flew off, the demon
got the baby
because
she like draws some shit behind the carriage.
Got the baby, and the demon that got her can transform into fucking whatever. So it transformed into the baby. Yeah, so that's when Dante started like talking to the baby, and then the demon revealed itself pretty much, and Dante was about to put a friggin' a 50 caliber fucking round right into the baby's face.
And it's like, what are you doing?
And this lady goes, what are you doing? It's my... And she's literally looking at the baby, not a baby. It's like a fucking demon.
It's Plasma, which is a demon you find out later in the show.
Yeah. And,
it is fighting in a bunch of episodes against Dante. And Dante's like, lady, this thing is going to kill you.
It's like, it's not your baby. Yeah, she's like, yeah, it is. And she fucking smacks him over the head with, what did she hit him? She hit him with something, man. And then somehow she grabbed the baby mad quick and took off running. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, she's an idiot.
Like, come on. Clearly it's not your baby.
Yeah, and Dante's just like, well, I tried.
You know what's funny too about Dante in this show? I had to tell Rick, I was texting Rick about it too. I was like, tell me Dante don't try to be, he's not like he's like a Deadpool.
Yeah, definitely.
He cracks jokes nonstop.
Shit one-liners too.
Yeah, shit one-liners. I mean, Deadpool's funnier, but Dante had a lot of humor to him. All he does is crack jokes, even like in the worst moments, man, where like he could be, just in the fucking worst moments with someone, where he looks
where someone's fucking brains hanging and all that stuff. He's just like cracking jokes to being an idiot.
Dante's a beast though, yo. When he first got introduced to the was it the soldiers? Lieutenant Arkham, whatever, and her crew.
Yeah.
I think that's what they call them. They call them they call them the soldiers. Yeah, this is why obviously Vice President Bane has a squad of soldiers, whatever. That there's like, I don't know, maybe like 6 of them or something. They're like the real SEAL Team 6. They're all friggin' pretty tough. I mean, especially the girl, yo.
Think.
Yeah, they're actually.
And then Lady is the leader of the group.
Yeah, Lady Dante nicknamed the lady. That's what he calls her.
Which is hilarious.
Or, you can call Lieutenant Arkham, whatever. The last name's Arkham, but she's a beast. 2 different color eyes. You know when someone got 2 different color eyes. They
motherfuckers think they're from Windbreaker.
I was gonna say,
What's this good old Sakura?
Yo, whenever someone got 2 different color eyes, bro, they're different, man.
They're usually about that action.
And she is, man. She's no joke, man. But when they first meet, whatever, like I thought it was dope. They're all Dante meets up with his I guess like his boy
handler?
Enzo. Yeah, his handler. I mean, they're like low key, like they're like tight, but at the same time, like his handler Enzo
is a piece of shit.
He's just kind of a conniving fucking scumbag who like set Dante up, whatever. Mad times.
And you realize that this anime also takes place in the Resident Evil universe.
Does it?
Yeah, because when they're we'll get to it, but when they're in the back of the truck, he talks about, oh, this is the worst job you've ever given me. He goes, nah, it's top 3, and then he goes, what's worse than Raccoon City? And Raccoon City is the Resident Evil city.
Oh, is it?
And he goes, all right, so this is the 3rd worst because Raccoon City was worse.
Bro, so they set him up, right? SEAL Team 6 soldiers comes running up to there. And this dude, Dante, comes out, walks over to a pool table, and he just cracks it, breaks the balls, and every ball just fucking flew inside of taking out the friggin' soldiers. Yo, I'm just like, everyone's I seen, I'm like, yeah, this dude's He's on another level, bro.
Yeah, because the fucking the soldiers also hired a bunch of mercenaries to help him take out Dante because they know he's about that action and he's strong.
Yeah.
And everyone's wondering like how can a human be this strong and blah blah blah.
Facts,
but
bro. Yeah, they say you got some good fights between Dante and Lady, man.
Yo, that whole apartment fight when he was fucking up those soldiers and mercenaries was good though. He was just flying around, fucking sword out, cutting people's guns, getting shot, acting like nothing happened,
right?
Folding these people. He had enough time while everyone was trying to shoot him to grab his jacket off of little Enzo because he duct taped him to a chair, made him look like him, so he might have got shot.
Right?
And then and still had time to put it on, run around everybody, and still beat them all.
Yo, Dante's quick, bro.
Because they came to his crib and it came through like SEAL Team 6, like through the windows. They had like catapult guns and shit to just like get over there, and I was like, yo, what is happening?
Yo, Dante's
pay for this
quick,
apartment?
bro. when he's on the move, it kind of goes into like the kind of slow motion, like when Flash is running and shit, and like time is kind of still. He's not as fast, but like it definitely time starts to slow down and shit, bro. Mm-hmm. He's definitely he's ill, man.
Nah, he's definitely quick. He's good too.
Right.
It's funny shit. And then that's when after that, when Lady snatches up his friggin' amulet, that's when he runs after her or whatever.
Yeah.
And they have a nice rooftop chase. Everyone can jump 30 feet between buildings these days.
I know, dude. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, this lady too is an actual human.
Yeah, she is human.
I don't know why she got. Yeah, I don't know why she was born.
Well, her mom had 2 different color eyes too, so it must have been hereditary.
Yeah, it's weird though.
But
yeah, she's over here jumping across buildings.
Yeah,
and
like
shit,
come on.
And like,
oh yeah,
she has rolling a single ankle.
She has the booster boots on. That's why.
Yeah.
The little flying friggin' boots. I forgot about that.
She's got some dope like U.S. military upgraded suits and shit, bro. Which makes you think, man, that's like, I bet this shit exists.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime I watch any show or movies where they have this cool ass upgraded stuff, it's like that idea came from somewhere.
Yeah.
And I bet you any money that it's been worked on, and it's not maybe there's gotta be prototypes or something, you know?
That'd be fire to see though.
Yo, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, come on,
I
idea came from somewhere.
Y'all need to test it. Let me know, man, because I try that shit though.
Thing just blows up, or your legs are fucking gone.
Yeah, but
now you're laying there, man, with friggin' nubs.
I just get it. I mean, you think they ain't cashing me out a check for some bionic legs?
Right. Facts, bro. Yeah, so like this amulet he wears, his mother gave him. It's like it's half of it.
It's half of an actual stone.
Stone, yeah.
One half went to him and one half went to his brother.
Yeah, yeah.
And one half is red and one half is blue.
Right.
So he got the Suwu version.
Right. And it gets crazy, man, cause like.
What about when he went to the friggin' diner just to have a nice little strawberry milkshake? Yo,
facts, bro. That's what I'm saying. How quick he was, cause who was it that came flying like through? It was like a fucking bus or a car through the window or something, man.
Yeah, it was a oil tanker through the building into the diner he was at. He wasn't even looking.
He wasn't even looking, and he was fast enough to get up and run and grab some dude sitting right at the window. Yeah. So you gotta imagine this shit blasts through the window, and he's still able to turn around and catch some dude that was sitting at the window and run and jump over the freaking counter with him before.
Yeah, saved the little waitress too.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, this dude.
And then the fucking restaurant just blows up, and then he could protect these people.
Yo,
that place is gone, yo. His oil truck obviously just caught fire and exploded.
There's a lot, man. I gotta think about 8 episodes. A lot of action happened.
And he had to fight Plasma again.
Right?
So, did I just see you last night?
Like, he be forced.
He is a force.
Definitely forced.
But, so fights him again, and he ends up wounding him, thinking he's dead, and he's obviously not, and he just dips out, goes to his apartment, and then when he goes to the apartment, that whole situation we just talked about happened, where, SEAL Team 6 and like 80 other people broke in and he had to beat their ass.
Right? Yeah, I think one of the funniest scenes, man, was the stupid doctor, like the black doctor dude, man, when they are in the back of the truck and White Rabbit shows up, right? And this doctor,
what's that dude's name?
This dude is the worst, bro. White Rabbit's like, oh, think about it, blah, blah, blah. Why would I want the other ambulance?
Good old
and
Dr.
that?
Fisher.
Dr. Fisher. And he's telling me, he's like, use your brain. I know you're smarter than that. And he's like, oh, wait. And he figures out, like, pretty much kind of like what his plan is, the White Rabbit plan. And this dude, Dr. Fisher, thought he could run at White Rabbit with a keyboard and hit him. White Rabbit put a fucking like blade right through his stomach. I'm just sitting there like, bro, you're just a weak human. You really think you can run at the dude?
Yeah.
What ran through your mind? I'm gonna hit him over the head with a keyboard, knock him out, and save the day?
Yeah.
Like, no.
I'm finna get the key to the city. Like, bro, that's not how it works. You belong in a lab somewhere.
Facts. And then what made it worse is after he wakes up like from unconscious, whatever, he's in the back, whatever, the White Rabbit.
Oh, and then he's with the snitch.
Yeah.
Don't forget about the snitch.
This dude, one of the SEAL team soldiers, he's a snitch, whatever.
Let me get it. His name is Anders.
So Anders ended up meeting White Rabbit before on whatever, and White Rabbit pretty much like
killed his whole team, and then marked him as a snitch with his little claws across his face.
Right across his face. And he pretty much kind of recruited him for now, whatever. And this dude's whole excuse was, he had pictures of some of my daughters and my wife, whatever. He was gonna kill them. I'm like, motherfucker, he's gonna kill, the whole world's gonna get killed by demons if you allow him to do what he's gonna do anyway. So it's either, okay, let your wife and daughters get killed and everyone else lives, or you just let everyone get killed. Yeah, because of
your greediness, you got, like, you met a shit ending. You were used as a snitch twice, got your face scratched, got stabbed.
That was some honor, bro.
Yeah. And then guess what? Your kids are still gonna die because you're a coward.
Exactly, right?
Like, you didn't do anything.
Didn't do nothing, bro. So yo, White Rabbit. One of the funny scenes when White Rabbit starts to walk out the back of the truck where Dr. Fisher was, and this dude, Dr. Fisher, like an idiot, goes, "Hey, Rabbit!" White Rabbit turns around with a sword in his hand, looks at him. And this dude, Dr. Fisher, got a grenade in his hand, pulls the pin and goes, "Oh." What did he say? He said some stupid shit, man. He was just like, "Oh, pretty much like, you're not gonna,
you're not gonna get away with it.
You're not gonna get away. Chew on this, motherfucker."
Yeah.
And White Rabbit just staring at him while he's saying this, and this dude throws the grenade at him, and White Rabbit, very simple, just lifts up his sword and like just
and
dings
smacks it back.
Smacks it back into the truck, and then looks at him like.
This is an armored truck that is protected to be like a bomb shelter.
Exactly right.
By the way, and
closes the door and leaves.
But while the door's closing, he just has his shit-eating grin on his face, looking at this guy.
He got the Vegeta grin when he turned around smiling at him.
Yeah. Then the door shuts and he blows himself up.
I'm just like, yo, why? I was like, I text Rook. I remember I was like, weren't we just talking about like idiots that like expose their plans by talking?
Exactly.
Like
always.
No, he could have literally pulled that pin and launched that shit at him. And maybe actually took him out. I mean,
if all he had to do was pull the pin, throw the grenade, shut the door himself, and he would have been protected, and Rabbit would have blown up.
But no.
But you had to yell your plan so you get
like,
killed.
Hey, chew on this, motherfucker.
Death.
It was just so funny though when he smacked it back. So like, it was just like, hilarious. All right, boom. It was like a tennis racket.
When I saw that, I was laughing my ass off. I was like, "What a!"
That was one of the funny. I was dying. It was one of the funniest things. I'm like, this dude, bro.
But speaking of that whole situation, so fucking when this lady loves a drug, Dante. But that's what happened after that whole fight, and when she ran away from Dante, she ended up pretending to be like his friend, injects him, knocks him out, of course. And when he comes to, he's in the back of one of those armored trucks we were just talking about with fucking stupid Enzo. Enzo sold him out for nothing. He didn't even get McDonald's. Like he just sold him out to sell him out. Yeah,
Enzo's the worst.
Enzo is the worst. And they're talking. That's when they talk about Raccoon City and the worst missions and shit. And that's when Dante meets Vice President Barnes.
Baines.
Baines and tells him his
was
whole
it Baines? Now I'm like trying to remember, man.
And tells him his whole plan, and he's like, yo, man, fuck you, dog. You got me in the back of this fucking truck
For
looking
real.
crazy. And she's like, yeah, well, if you guys don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna burn y'all to death.
Yo,
and
she's
then,
ruthless.
And then
man.
I'm talking about lady, and then she presses a
ruthless.
button, and then flamethrowers come out in the back of the fucking truck where they are.
The truck driver was like, yo, can you like roll me? You're like shooting off flamethrowers and shit.
Yeah, because the driver of the truck is the snitch.
Yeah. This clown, man.
And there's like they're like 4 or 5 of these trucks deep on the highway, whatever. And obviously it looks like a setup. It smells like a setup. So then you see a truck in the middle of the highway broken down. Everyone stopped, and then Anders gets out and steals a little like remote control for the flamethrower on the back of the truck. And then he's like, "Oh, I'll go check it out." And as soon as he gets out there and goes to check it out, it's friggin' it's Plasma disguised as a cop, and then Rabbit is on the top of this building, and then every like one of the soldiers looks up and they're like, "Oh fuck." And then he just shoots a rocket launcher at the bridge, and just mad calamity.
Yeah, it was just fucking
that started
total
a huge
destruction.
Fight. That started a huge fight, and then he blows up one of the armored trucks, and then now he learned his lesson. Now he's with the goon pack from fucking hell. He has so it's White Rabbit, it's Plasma, and then they got what is this dude's name? Agni and Rudra, which are the two Troll brothers. One has fire, one has wind. He's with this plant-looking demon called Inchinda.
Yeah, she's the worst.
She has like a weird like flower head and shit that opens up like the vampires from Blade 2.
Yeah, she's the worst.
And Cavallari, who was pretty cool. The little black demon with the friggin' sword.
He's a beast, bro.
Yeah,
he's
cool.
He's a what is he? Just like got like big bat wings or whatever, man.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking
he's just a
bat knight demon.
He's just a beast of a demon, man. He's a demon knight, man, and he's a beast, bro.
He's a goon. So
I fucked with him, man.
All hell breaks loose. Those people just start killing everybody. And so Dante's locked in the back of the truck with Enzo, so they can't do shit. Right. And then they're watching all the soldiers, basically. The soldiers, and there's a bunch of random like cops and shit with them. They're just getting killed like fodder for the fire.
For real.
And ladies getting her ass kicked by Inchinda, and friggin' the two trolls, and Plasma, and Cavallari. Like they
be having her on. They had her on the run.
Yeah, they would tag teaming Homegirl so bad, and she couldn't do anything because one would hit her, she'd fall into the other one. They would fly her over to another one, getting her ass beat down.
Yo, read this real quick. So this anime was announced in 2018. It started production in 2022, and then they released it this year.
That's insane.
2018,
7 years ago.
Yeah,
that's why I figured they had fucking Batman's voice actor.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there's no way that he'd let AI do it. Cause
that's a grip, man. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, 2018. Damn.
Yo, you know what was fire, bro? When our man Dante was out there on the motorcycle, bro.
Yo, that was. I was just getting to that, dog. That was
beast,
fire,
bro. Anytime I see someone on a motorcycle, I'll be like, yeah. But this dude, man, the moves he was pulling off on a motorcycle, chasing after these demons, was crazy.
And fighting the demons too, yo.
He's shooting at them. He's doing everything, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah, because after the bridge
scene, that was a good
scene
too, right there.
Yeah. After the bridge scene, whatever, they throw a fucking Rabbit is trying to get away in one of the tanks. So he shoots a rocket launcher at a fucking school bus full of kids. And
the damn rocket launchers, bro.
Yo, so Dante's blocking a rocket with a sword, by the way.
Crazy.
With the little sword, and it blows up in his face. He hits the fucking bus. They fly off. The fucking bridge falls apart. Cavallari and all them freaking get in the truck, and they all just dip out, laughing at Dante on the ground again.
I'm just curious of how much the taxes are for the people that live in that town.
Yo, it's 100%.
The destruction that happens, bro. They must get no money. They must go all the taxes because
fixing bridges and roads and buildings.
Yeah,
because they blew up another building. This is the second one so far. No, the third one so far. No, matter of fact, because they blew up the little bank heist too. So there's 4 buildings already.
Crazy.
And then, so after the destruction and they're getting away in the tank, Dante hops on a friggin' bike and just dips off, leaving Lady and her group of flunkies to, recoup.
Yeah.
But what Dante doesn't know is that when Lady knocked him out with that little tranquilizer that she implanted implanted a explosive device in his neck, and he had no idea.
Yeah.
So friggin', he's chasing after him. He has a 1 mile radius to get to these people before his fucking head explodes, and he's fighting Cavalieri. He's fighting the trolls, and in Chinda again, and Rabbit's just looking in the mirror at him, and he's like, "That's it, come on, like do what you need to do. I need you to go above and beyond." He's like encouraging him to go plus ultra.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, this motherfucker's all mine."
He really is.
And then
he gets right up to the window. What's this stupid
he
little catchphrase he says before he shoots somebody right in their pineal gland?
I don't know.
It was something stupid like
it's always stupid.
Something like jackpot or something. He pulls a gun out, aims right at their forehead, and he's like, "Jackpot!"
Where's that from?
Fucking
Assy
McGee.
Yo.
Jackpot! He smashed open a little bus change and everything. Yeah, you know what? We might have to fuck around and just do an episode on that.
I'm down to do an episode on Assy McGee.
Yeah, I was saying only if we could get every episode. Remember, was it Adult Swim?
I thought you had every episode.
So Adult Swim app has some episodes. Does it have every episode?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
They had like 3 seasons, dog.
Oh, they
we watched just all the 2 hours of Assy McGee.
Yeah, that was funny, man. That was a good night, just slapping some old school like Skittles and fucking. Vanilla Coke would have definitely been
that would have been the cherry on top if we had that.
Been. But yeah, Assy McGee's in
we might have to do that. Yeah.
It's a fucking great cartoon. We call it cartoon on Adult Swim. That's just classic, yo. Hilarious, but
but when homeboy drew out the fucking Desi on White Rabbit and goes jackpot, and then the explosion in his neck fucking blows up.
Yo, that was crazy.
It was insane, and obviously he's just turning into a meat crayon on the highway while he fell off the bike.
He was definitely gonna be done,
and
man.
he was out.
White Rabbit, man. I don't think they even show you how White Rabbit saves him, but they just tell him that White Rabbit saved him.
Oh, the next time you see everybody, like the next scene is just them all on the plane. He didn't even save him. He just basically had the trolls drag him onto the plane with everybody else. So he captures the vice president, a bunch of hostages, and it's Enzo and Dante, all on. It's not Area 51. Fucking idiot. It's not Air Force 1. It's Air Force 2 because it's the vice president's plane. And they're all like have some weird like plasma on them that's acting as handcuffs. And he wakes up and the vice president's like, "See, I told you it was in God's plan." He goes, "Bro, we're in an airplane."
That's all he keeps talking about.
Yeah, we're in an airplane handcuff, bro. This isn't anybody's plan.
For real.
And then the fucking 2 trolls are fighting over what to do with the disc because they don't know what a fucking disc is.
Oh yeah, right. I think that's also too when they start when Dante starts to find out that he's a son of Sparta, who was a fucking like top ranked goon demon.
General goon.
That he ended up turning his backs on the demons and siding with the
humans because he got a little taste of Dante's mom. He was like,
right?
all right, man.
He was like, all right, man.
The grass is greener on the other side.
The grass is greener. He def did, bro. He took out all the other demons and shut the like portal off to the demon to hell.
He basically put a force field.
What the Sapiens, as they say, the Sapiens call it.
Sapiens.
That's what the demons call us, the Sapiens.
But he basically put a force field on their side so they can't come through to Earth.
You know what's crazy? They don't. So obviously Sparta's just like disappeared. So they don't.
He's dead. I'm pretty sure.
They say they don't really know for sure if he's. They say his dad hasn't been around for years, hundreds of years. They don't know what happened to him.
If they're gonna tie him in, I'd watch it.
I feel like he might show up at like near the end of the final season to probably stop him and his brother from fucking killing each other.
He's gonna come down like Zeus in the middle.
Yo, that shit will be crazy because then they can go for a 3rd season with him in it, and then probably that's it. But
it's gonna be him and his brother teaming up to kill his dad. Then.
Oh, imagine.
If I got amnesia, don't remember him knocking down the Sapien Queen, and then he's gonna be like, "I'm gonna kill y'all because y'all half breeds. Like you're an embarrassment."
Imagine. Nah, Dante's brother's he looks like a beast.
It's gonna be interesting.
Because he's
in full demon the whole time.
Yeah, so I'm saying he walks around in full demon and he looks like a straight up monster.
Well, it looks like he grew up in hell because after the whole fire and him and his mom basically dying, they probably took him to hell, and he had to be in demon mode the whole time because they don't like half breeds.
And so he could breathe
and be stronger.
Yeah, yo, that's gonna be tough.
It is gonna be tough. Damn, I feel we talk. Oh, that fucking airplane, and that's when he has to fight. Friggin', I don't want to keep calling them the trolls. What these dudes' name?
Them clowns.
Yeah, they are clowns. Friggin'.
Agni and Rudra.
Yeah, Agni and Rudra. I forget which one's the fire one. I think that might be Agni.
I wish I remember what the joke Dante said to them. He's like, "Oh, which one?" He said he named them something. He said, "Which one's who?" And he's like, "Obviously, I'm blah blah or some shit." I forget what it was.
Oh, he goes, "Which one's the leaf blower and which one's the lighter?" And he goes, "Obviously, he's the fire one because he's red." The leaf blower. Bro. Yo, Dante's an idiot.
Yeah, I was so pumped when Dante bodied one of them, man. He was.
Yeah, yo, he because basically the White Rabbit knows who he is, knows he's the son of Sparta, tells him that on the plane in front of everybody, and he's like, "I need you to go above and beyond again, and like go back, like become a demon so you can defeat them, or everyone's gonna get blown up and die."
Of course, Dante's like demon mode. He just starts off with like one jack demon arm,
and his eyes,
yeah,
his eyes turn full red.
They do. That's
and
tough.
He got one of them little demon arms.
You know.
And then he
reminds me of like fucking
Agni.
like who was it? Was it Sasuke? That could one of them. I feel like someone in Naruto turns into like
definitely not fucking Sasuke's one arm having ass.
Who was it? I know, right? There was someone that can like turn into like they didn't go full power, but they had like one arm and like they kind of like.
Isn't that Sasuke's boy, who was in his group Heavy?
Probably.
Bum ass.
For
I forget his name. Yeah, I forget that dude's name.
Fuck him.
Fuck him. But yeah, so he kills Agni quite readily. He cuts his arm off, catches the sword, and then stabs him through the stomach with his own sword.
Like a beast.
That shit was hilarious.
Good job. Dante, you don't fuck around.
No, and then he couldn't kill the second one, Rudra, before the explosions went off. So everyone got sucked out of the plane,
right?
And everyone's like, and Enzo's like, "Hey, buddy, can you go full demon? We're dying here." And he goes, "Any suggestions on how to do this? Because I don't know how to do it."
Right.
That shit was funny. There's a bunch of people flying, flailing through the sky.
Bro, fucking. Of course, he ends up going back into some demon mode. And what did he see that? Oh yeah, he went after the parachutes, but only had only two of them. So he got Vice President Bane one. Vice President was like, "See, told you he's like God's plan or something like this."
He got three parachutes. He got the Vice President. He got the pilot. And then the stewardess who looked like his mom.
Yeah, I would have left the pilot, man. Like,
yeah,
man.
I mean, he didn't really do anything.
You know?
He didn't save us because we're falling to our death.
You know? I left his ass hanging. I just gave Vice President Bane one, Enzo one, and one other person.
Yeah. Fuck out of here, bro.
You know?
So then Dante has to, channel his inner demon and picture his mom and brother dying to turn full demon. And President Baines didn't get one because Dante grabs him and his President Baines is lackey, and he just saves Enzo before he gets splattered on the building.
All right.
So, and then here comes Rudra. You thought he was gone, but he comes up right as Dante saves him and throws these people on the top of the building. He gets speared through another fucking building.
For real, not literally seconds after.
Yeah, he goes, "You killed my brother, and you thought it was over?"
Right.
Yeah, and then they're fighting in air, and then Dante's trying to get him off him. And he loses his demon form. He goes, look at you. You're just a little half-breed."
Right, you little half-breed. Definitely.
They love talking about fucking half-breeds.
They definitely
and just regular sapiens.
Facts, bro. We roasted them.
Oh, damn. Yeah, this whole time, freaking lady goes into the building that they end up crashing into with her little team. So...
Yo,
so she follows.
This gets this scene gets crazy, man.
She follows Rabbit, she put a tracker on him, so she follows him to this building. And if you've ever seen the Raid Redemption, it's kind of like that type of building, and it has a bunch of you find out it has a bunch of demons instead of people in this big ass apartment building.
Lower class.
Basically the normal people of the demon realm.
Yeah.
If you understand that reference.
No demon knights, just demons.
Yeah, just regular like
Just
demon
regular
people.
Joe Schmoes.
Yeah, the mom and pops of the demon realm, if you will.
You know, the family units.
Yeah.
Bro, this scene was wild.
And then so her and her team of the soldiers walk into the lobby, and then automatically these fucking heavy metal doors close, and they're trapped inside. And Rabbit's voice comes over the PA, and he basically, I don't know if this is verbatim, but he basically says something like this: "Y'all are fucking stupid. You came into my trap house and thought you were gonna come take me. Meanwhile, I got C4 explosives above your head, a gang full of apartment hoodlums who are gonna come kill you, and my squadron of 6 lieutenants is right above your head. Y'all dead.
Right?
Good night."
Yeah, y'all are done.
Brand done.
And yo, he was not joking, man.
Yo, he was not joking.
Bro,
These people popped up the
your
woodwork.
boy, Cavalier Angelo. Which is a crazy name for a demon, bro. Like, Cavalier, sure, okay, but he has a last name, is Angelo?
Yo, I don't know. Maybe his mom was half angel. I don't know.
Good old Cavalier Angelo. He's the winged demon that we were talking about a little bit earlier. That's
Yeah,
a straight
fucking-
beast.
The night dude.
Yo, this dude with his little energy sword was ridiculous. He started mopping these soldiers the fuck up.
Yeah, basically all the demon lieutenants we talked about earlier, Inchinda, Cavalieri, Plasma. I think there might have been a couple other ones. No, because the trolls are dead.
Yeah.
But so it was basically just the 3 lieutenants left, and they took out every single one of the fucking soldiers besides Mary, and she was fighting for her fucking life.
Yeah, she was just watching them all get like
Because
up swords through their friggin' chest. Like, it was just like, damn, bro.
Plasma took over a dude's body named Griff, and he was with the soldier, so he went and hid in the corner. And the woman who looked like Nightwing, I found the little like mask. I was like, yo, this is Nightwing's sister, yo.
She definitely thought she was Nightwing.
Yo, she got a huge friggin' slice up her back, and that's after her man King took like, I don't even know what they would be, like thorn wooden spears from Inchinda, like spat out of her mouth at him, and he went and covered his girlfriend King, his girlfriend, what was her name, Ninja.
Yeah.
And then because they were together, so King saves her, he dies, she goes to kill Inchinda, and then fucking Cavalieri comes up behind her and just slices her from friggin' butt to brow, and just friggin' bleeds this chick. Sentry gets killed, stabbed right through the friggin' stomach, and their whole team is mopped up.
Yo,
And the friggin' lady was like, yo, I got no choice. I gotta be up out of here.
I gotta be like ranch and dip.
She went into the elevator, and then Cavalieri noticed, and he's flying towards the elevator, and like, this is anime, because he stuck his friggin' sword through I think he shoulder charged the elevator. It only dented a little bit, and then
last second it closed.
Yeah.
And
then it still went up like nothing.
Should have went right through the door and pierced her.
It's just like a fucking 1,500-pound demon flying at 50 miles an hour. It's gonna go through the doors.
Shit, fast. I feel like that dude was flying at like a good $120, man. It was just crazy though, man.
And then she gets up to a unanimous floor, or anonymous floor, and then just starts running around like a mad woman.
Girl, running for her life.
Goes through a little trip laser on the floor and gets drugged in the middle of the hallway. So she's just hallucinating friggin' little LSD spray they sprayed on homegirl. Yeah, she was fucking geeking.
Yo, that shit was crazy, man.
Yeah, friggin' it was crazy. She's like stumbling in between rooms. She can hear the demons coming up the stairs to like come kill her, and she's basically trying to get anywhere and everywhere the fuck away from there.
You know was another funny ass thing? I was like, this dude White Rabbit's a savage, bro. When she ends up getting to that room, whatever, and she walks in the room, and White Rabbit had little dolls of like her soldiers, and they were all like in the positions like, or like how they died.
Yeah, they were like damaged the way that their teammates were dying.
And she was like, you know what's funny? lady, whatever, what do you want to call her? Oh my gosh, she fucking swears more than us on this podcast, bro. She was calling everybody motherfuckers. Like, that's what I thought was funny.
It's an adult anime. I like it. It's a dark
too.
Adult anime.
She was like, "You fucking bitch!" Like, she was so pissed. You see, like, this dude had all those little dolls of her soldiers that just fucking got bodied like a little while ago.
Yeah, I know. He took the time to just make all these bears look like they were getting killed. He's just like drinking tea and shit.
Drinking tea, took out a sword and carved these little wooden like dolls of her. You know, it was just funny. She was like, hilarious. "You little motherfucker!" She was so tight.
Yeah, she was so pissed at him. It was hilarious.
Oh man, that was pretty funny, man.
Yeah, and that's when she like stumbles into an apartment. Is like, "Please save me."
Yeah.
And then
they actually did.
They actually opened the door.
And then she fucking takes him captive after.
Yeah, then she like takes out her gun after they just saved her life, and
she's like, "All right, let's go, keep it moving."
And got Cavalieri to like leave the apartment after he fucked up the little furniture they had.
I know.
And
I'm like,
then she has the audacity to pull a gun out, and he's like, "Yo, we're just trying to live our life. Like, why are you pulling the blicky out on us?"
Right in front of the little fucking kinfolk.
The two little demon babies.
You know, like,
and you know they basically get her to get the fuck out of the apartment and run away.
Bro.
And then she stumbles onto like the test lab, right, with all the demons getting experimented on by Rabbit, which is crazy.
Right.
Crazy, yeah.
Yo, another crazy moment, man, with your boy Vice President Baines, bro. He's another.
He's fucking crazy.
Yo, another scene where this dude was. This dude was ruthless, bro. They had like a bunch of those little refugees, like what was it? Arkham kind of pretty much put out the call. Was like, "Yo, I found out that they're just being tested on, like this and experimented, this and that."
So she was trying to save him.
Yeah, she's like, "We're gonna gather these refugees up and we're gonna take them somewhere safe out of his building and shit." You know, blah blah blah. And while they're all fucking being transported, this dude VP Bain finds out what's going on.
He's like, "We ain't fucking having it."
He said, "Psych." He's like, "New change of plans, bruh. Pull out the blickies
and kill them all."
And wet them up like kids when they're baptized. and then really what happened, bro?
Yeah, they killed everybody.
They pulled out the fucking assault rifles on all of them with like demon bullets that like explode on everything.
Yeah, men, women, and children.
Just wet up the whole family.
Yo, but the family that saved, well, it's like the whole apartment they killed because the whole apartment got evacuated. But the family she killed, they burned in the back of one of those fucking trucks.
Yeah,
yo,
it was just like
with the two kids. I was like, damn,
Jesus, man.
Holy shit.
I was like, VP Baines really don't give a fuck that just because they're fucking demons.
Yeah, he was like, why would you bring them back to home base?
Yeah,
nah, kill them all.
He's like, nah, listen, new order right
that
here,
shit
bro.
was crazy, yo.
Yeah,
that shit was crazy. Baines was like, fuck all that, man.
Yeah, he's a little wild, bro.
Yeah, he's wild as shit.
Yo, you know, I thought it was fucked up too when they finally give the backstory on ladies, on her family, whatever.
Yeah, her dad's a bitch.
Her dad's definitely a straight up bitch, bro. He's the worst. What happened with her mother in front of her with that demon and shit, bro?
Well, he's a fucking idiot. He turns so basically, it's like reminiscent of Batman. It made me laugh. Like they're coming back.
That episode was crazy too.
Yeah.
This episode was different. I think it was like episode 6 maybe or something where it just gets into like ladies' background, but it's like it's a different animation. Like it's drawn
black and white.
Yeah, it's like drawn out, and the music. I'm not gonna front. The music that whole episode I thought was fucking fire. I was listening, I'm like, this is a fucking dope ass music, man. They were just playing this dope ass music through the whole like episode, pretty much whole episode, and they go back to ladies like life, whatever and shit. And
it's like a Batman origin. They come back from the movies, and they look across the train tracks. It's a little different, obviously, but they look across the train tracks. There's a demon there, and fucking lady pulls out a little Nerf gun.
She died. Yo, because protect y'all.
I know we haven't said it, but this whole time that she's been fucking with Dante, she just has 2 pistols. She just be wetting up everybody she sees.
She does.
Every time you see her, she's shooting at somebody or something.
Right.
So when she was a kid, she had a little Nerf gun, and she goes, "I'll protect you guys." And the demon comes to jump at her, and she, pretends to shoot it. And her dad doesn't do anything, but her mom runs to like save her. And luckily, before they both got killed by this demon, a train comes and just splatters that fucking that demon all over the freaking ground.
She death roasted him. Like, He's like, oh, I'm doing this just to protect us. She's like, oh, like you did at the fucking train station or whatever.
Yeah, he was like, so hurt.
Yeah, he was butthurt, bro.
You could like, tell his soul left his body.
Bitch! He was tired.
Yeah, so he locks himself in a room after that. He's like, I have to protect us. I have to protect you guys. I have to get stronger.
Wait, she create something.
So she basically never sees her dad again. He's only in his lab, and you keep like flashing between her on the outside with her mom crying and all that shit, and him in the lab trying to create like some sort of demon, like serum that's gonna make him a strong demon so that he can protect them. But what really happens is he basically casts aside his wife and kid to be a mad scientist, and her mom confronts her after years of him doing that, and he injects himself with the serum that isn't finished. he turns into a demon vampire looking dude, kills the mom in front of her,
and then front of her, bro.
And then goes after Mary, and what happens? Does she stab him? Yeah, she stabs him, right?
I'm trying to remember what she stabbed him with.
I think he slaps the shit out of her and hits a desk and spills over some shit. I think it's a scalpel that she ends up stabbing him with.
Yeah.
And then when she hit the desk, a lamp fell over and caught everything on fire.
And got him like caught him on fire, man. He's out here screaming like a little bitch that he is.
But then at the end of it, you see him like come back to reality, and instead of going after her, he just stays in the fire and gets killed because he knows he fucked up.
He deffed it, bro.
Yeah. What a fucking... You know what I didn't get about Mary's or Lady's fucking childhood is that boy. Who is that boy? They briefly like show him, and then they play like sword fights, they build a fort and all that shit, but you never realize, they never tell you who that is, you never see him again, nothing. He just is hanging out with her for half the episode, and then you don't even know his name.
Had a brain fart.
That has to be in season 2, because I was like, who the fuck is this kid?
He'll show up grown as an adult and be like, what's up, baby?
Either that, or she has a mental problem, and that she just made that dude up.
He didn't show up like butthead and be like, hey, baby. She'd be like, oh my god, I thought you haven't seen me since I was a kid.
But so Mary's obviously tragic backstory, and that's why she hates demons so much.
Yeah.
And hates Dante.
Right, because he's a half breed.
And she just made a great demon killing person from her dad killing her mom, I'm guessing. And Baines took her in, right?
What happened?
That's their connection. Baines took her in after freaking her parents died.
Yep. Trained her to be a fucking winter soldier.
Yeah.
Yo, she's mad funny, bro. When she the next time her and Dante like and they fucking like meet up, whatever. I forget what happened at one point, but I just remember Dante said something to her, and she was like, "Yeah, fuck that," and shoots him in the leg. He's like, "Oh, you shoot me in the leg!
You shot me again!" Because she shoots him like 4 times throughout the fucking show.
I'm like, damn, bro, like she's fucking.
But you can tell they're gonna hook up. They got that little like chemistry.
Yo, Enzo says it. Enzo call it. He's like, I don't know. I feel like you two something going on between y'all. They're like, what? I'm like, this dude.
They also did Rabbit's backstory too.
Yeah. Rabbit's backstory ends up intertwining with Arkham's and shit, or Ladies, whatever.
That's the backstory that they ended up changing animation styles. It looks like a cartoon.
Yeah.
They made it look like a kind of like a if Rick and Morty was a cartoon. That type of like feeling to it.
Arkham was like who was he, like some like leader to like like refugees or something, man? Or
Rabbit?
Rabbit, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't even know his childhood. He bounces from foster home to foster home, and like a little rip in the portal to the demon world comes, and he goes through, because he always carries around an
Alice in Wonderland book. That was his book, whatever. Yeah, and then he opens, he sees the ripple. He looks in the book, and he sees the rabbit going in through the ripple, whatever. And he was like, "This is destiny, bro." And that's why he goes in there. That's why he wears a white rabbit mask and shit. He's definitely
very inspired by Alice in Wonderland.
Facts, bro.
So he goes through, comes out on the other side. He can barely breathe because Makai, which is the demon village that he stumbles on, the air is poisonous because of Sparta's basically dome he has around the city. I guess they're saying it turned the air poisonous. So homeboy goes through, is met immediately by a demon. That big ass like insect looking demon chases him. He's running for his fucking life, and stumbles into a cave. And this little demon, like one of the normal demon people we were talking
refugees.
about. Yeah, little refugees.
Refugee all stars.
And she saves his life, takes him back to the village. They all become like one happy little group of friends because there's a bunch of kids. They take him in, save his life, give him shelter. And it basically shows him growing up and like building a technology because he finds a stone. No one knows what the stone is, but he finds it, scraps together like a teleporter that can take them, open little portals and take them from the demon realm to the human realm. So he just grabs a bunch of refugees and keeps funneling them through portals. And it's like a 10-year time gap. And then this is why the White Rabbit loves Lady and her little group of flunkies and why he wants to kill them so bad. Because one day he brought refugees to an abandoned warehouse and they found out. So they all are on the second level of this warehouse, the soldiers, and they're pointing guns at Rabbit and his little group of refugees. And they're just like, well,
he's like,
the portal's been
trying
open.
to find asylum.
The portal's been open for too long, so one of the big insects came through and scared them. So they wet up all the refugees, kill every single one of them, and they shoot the rabbit.
Rabbit's just watching all his people just getting clapped up and
he's
shit.
Blood everywhere on him. He's leaking from a gunshot wound, and then they take off this fucking explosive belt and throw it at him. Because like I said, the big demon came through and they were super afraid, and it blows up everybody. And that demon closes the gate. The rabbit is the only survivor, of course. Right. He has blood and body parts all over him.
Dude, thinks he's the Indian dude from that Indian flight that crashed, bro.
The one that just crashed.
The only survivor, like 270 people. I'm like, how?
And he's the only one, and they gave him 100,000. That's it.
Yeah, I just read that actually today. They're giving the families like 100,000.
Yeah, but they probably got to freaking split it. They're not gonna give 100 each.
I know they probably will.
Wow.
All right, it's 100,000 between 270 y'all. Like what?
Yeah, thanks for
giving us $5,000 each.
And then so Ben then basically you see him recovering, and he has that apparatus into his friggin' chest, and he's breathing through tubes.
Yeah, he's got like demon blood, a little bit of demon blood,
and it's
pumping
surviving
through
it, and it's keeping him alive. Yeah. And that's when he puts the White Rabbit mask on his face and like stitches it to his face, which is crazy.
Facts,
and that's the birth of White
gotta
Rabbit.
Be smelly. Actually, no. I mean, it's not a real rabbit face, but
yeah, but he stitched it to his face.
I know it's kind of
so it's smelly, bloody shit.
Right, it's shit breath.
Yeah. So
this dude White Rabbit.
So it's an insane.
Yeah, there's a lot, man. Like I said, we can keep going. There's a lot.
It's like Dawn to Dawn, man. There's just so much that happened, fucking
in the first season, bro.
In that freaking jam-packed short season.
Yo, another funny scene. Like I said, they were on the rooftop, whatever, man. When Arkham shows up, whatever, and fucking tells Dante to chill out and stay behind, and fucking she plays White Rabbit with the whole remote. Like, yo, he's in that armored truck right now. Like, you get back to Emlet, or I'll literally just explode this truck and have him wiped out. And White Rabbit's
because Rabbit needs his blood.
Yeah, he needs both their bloods and the amulet. He needs to squirt the blood over the amulets and reopen up the portal. And
yo, but even before that, when Lady was in the whip, and she's driving it and shoots the fucking like the trucks that carry cars on it, and like the ramp truck, and then she shoots the tire.
She pulls the Fast and Furious.
Yo,
shit,
like
bro.
This girl thinks she's gone in 60 seconds.
Yo, she thought she was freaking Dom Toretto. It was literally on some Fast and Furious.
It's the most insane thing I've ever seen.
At her and shit. She fucking shoots the tires
she
off.
She drove up the ramp truck onto the top of a
like I try to tell Nick, like when I drive on a highway and I see a ramp truck on a floor, you can't, it's lifted, this car's you know what, fuck, I'm in an anime mode, bro. I want to shoot the wheels off.
Yeah, I'm jumping off this fucking truck, and then she jumps off this ramp truck, lands on top of it, like 10-story fucking building, and right into a demon who was about to kill her. So she drives into it. It blows up. Bye that demon. You never see him again because they're dead. And then she's like, "Yo, what's up? I got Dante."
Yeah, she definitely pulled up like a G-Lo, man.
That was some fly shit right there, man. Because they make it look they make it like seem so cool and shit. But I'm like, she also is holding her own weight because she be almost getting killed by every demon every time. And she's smart. Like when she was in the apartment building and she got that dude Griff, aka Plasma, to take her body over, and then Enchinda came into the room, and Plasma looked exactly like Lady because he can shapeshift and take people's bodies. So he had hers, and before he could speak, Enchinda just killed them with the little like splinter spears.
Yeah.
And she's like, "All right, man, fuck you," and just dipped out.
Nah, she is quick witted, man. She's dope.
Yeah. And then right before,
Bro,
who was that? Fucking Cavalieri stabs the fuck out of Lady after she gives up. Here comes Dante.
Dante pulls up, man.
Saves the day, man.
Now he's fighting with your boy Angelo.
AKA.
Fight with him. And it's just a crazy battle.
Because there's like 40 more demons on the rooftop.
Yep, and they're like, him and Dante going between the, demon world and back, and like.
Mm-hmm. And Dante's like, I can't breathe, and that other room is fucking like poisonous, yo.
Yeah, right. It's crazy, man. Like it's.
It was a really good fight, and Rabbit's just in the back orchestrating it all, like not even getting into it.
Of course, right.
And then like how that peaceful like stroll him and Dante had into the demon realm.
Yeah, they walked in there.
Yeah, they walked in there together.
Shit to him.
He's like, "This is the world your father left us in. The air is
Yeah.
poisonous. I don't want to be here anymore. I want all the demons to come on this side."
Right.
And Dante's like, "Dog, that's genocide.
Right.
If all the demons come on this side, we're all gonna die." And he's like, "Not you, half breed." And he was like, "Yeah, but the rest of the world."
Right. He's like, "Yeah, I ain't rolling with that plan."
And then
This is a big battle between all
huge
of them.
battle.
All those demons fighting, and fucking. Unfortunately, your boy gets bodied.
Ooh.
Your boy Enzo, man.
Yeah.
Enzo got bodied. I didn't see it coming.
I didn't see it coming
I
either.
didn't think Enzo was gonna get killed.
Enzo gets poked right through his body, and then he turns to Dante.
White Rabbit gives it to him, bro. Like
fucking Enzo's like, "I told you I'd take a blade for you, bud."
yeah.
And then he goes, "Enzo, what the fuck, man? Like
That
you
right
can't
there,
die."
Yeah, that. Oh man, I was like, shit, bro. I wasn't expecting Enzo right there to get bodied.
Nah, I definitely wasn't expecting. I didn't think Enzo would die. I thought they'd have that little shit communication between each other the whole time.
Yeah, but then fucking is that White Rabbit revealed himself too, and fucking to Arkham whatever takes off his mask.
Yep, took off his mask. That's
and
when
she
he does
was
it.
like, "Nigga, what?
You're alive?"
Yeah,
He's
facts,
like, "Yeah,
bro."
yeah, you dumb bitch."
He's like, "Oh, your fault." And then Dante's like, "Oh shit, you're human." I'm like, that's what I said.
But the crazy part is he had enhanced speed.
Yeah, he did.
He when he got shot by the bullet, the little demon bullet that makes you explode, his arm automatically healed. He didn't even like stay shot.
I guess that years of that demon blood
Yeah,
pumping through his body,
and
man.
He had that super strength. He was jumping off of buildings, no problem.
Facts, bro. That
Like
demon
that
blood's
dude had
no
definitely
joke, bro.
enhanced.
I need to inject a little demon blood in me.
He was
man.
on that fucking demon trend.
Go bench 5 plates.
He was
He
on that
definitely
demon
on demon trend, bro.
And then so him and Dante finally go at it after they kill Dante kills Cavalieri. He shuts a portal on him and his body gets chopped at half.
He chopped off I think
his head and his wings.
Was it his head or something?
His head and his
and
wings.
then he makes some fucking crazy joke, of course, whatever about it, and
yeah, some corny joke.
yeah.
And then Rabbit's like, "All right, well, looks like I got to do everything around this bitch." And so they go at it. Sword fights, which I love. I love a good fucking sword fight. Dante pulls out the blickies, instantly misses every shot, of course.
Right.
And then he finally knocks some fucking Rabbit right in the face, and he's on the edge of the building about to fall into the river, and Dante catches him by the amulet. And White Rabbit's like, "Dog, you think you're on the right side of this thing, but you're part demon. They'll turn on you like they turned on me."
He's like, "Just remember that I said this. Just remember I gave you the option, bruh."
And then he cuts the amulet and falls into the river, and Dante's like, "Thanks for my amulet, dog."
Dante's like, "Bro, I don't give a fuck what you got to say right now, bro."
I need my mom's amulet back. The amulet his mom gave him and his brother when they were kids, so he's super attached to it. That's why he always tries to never let it out of his sight.
And then fucking your boy, fucking VP Bane shows up.
Bane shows up, dog, shuts everything down.
Yeah.
Publicizes that there's real demons, and basically turns on Lady and Dante. And he's like, "Yeah, we ain't." Dante's like, well, let me know when you find powerful demons you need me to kill." Walks away, and Barnes goes, "You really think I'm gonna fucking let you go, dog?
Right?
You're
like,
a fucking,
you're a threat.
You're an S-class demon.
He's like,
you ain't going nowhere.
You're an S-rank demon."
And he's like, "Shout out to Jimmu."
Yo, and then your boy White Rabbit, man.
Yo, he took his own boy, the one who got blown up by the car. His legs are gone, and he's like clawing away, trying to get away. And here comes fucking Rabbit. He goes, "Oh shit, Bloodstrike, you're alive. I got a use for you," and grabs him and eats him.
Right, like a fucking savage, and then he turns into fucking
Like a
demon
mega
Bane.
demon, yeah.
He literally turns into like
Yeah,
Bane.
he does look like Bane.
Because he just gets mad huge paws, and he's just he's got all his demon blood flowing through him. He looks like he's on steroids now.
He has that fucking thing in the apparatus in his chest. Yo, he looks like if Bane, instead of like all those twos, just had something in his chest.
Right, he's crazy,
no
bro.
Diddy. And then, so again, this dude's huge, no Diddy, and then he's slamming fucking down on the ground, breaking the building, sending slashes through the sky, cutting people in half, fucking cutting airplanes in half.
Just raising more tax money on the tax.
Another building ruined.
Everything.
Another 20 fucking helicopters gone. Missiles everywhere, and he's just killing everybody. There's like 100 soldiers on the roof. None of them are there by the time the fight ends. Right. It's just Barnes.
Baines is like, "I'm out of here."
Yeah, I keep calling Barnes.
Right?
Friggin' Baines is like, "Yo, I'm up out of here." That snitch,
jumps up on the fucking.
Yeah, the snitch jumps up on it. He grabs a little portal, like that portal machine, and jumps on the plane with Baines.
And Baines is
of course he's like, "Yo,
slick." He's like,
"Yo,
you
Dante,
no, bro.
Dante, get that dog."
Right? He's like, "Yo, you think I didn't know that you ratted us out and like double crossed us, bro?"
Twice.
Like, he's like, "Come on, man, I knew this shit from the jump."
And
bro.
the guy's like,
I'm VP Baines.
He had my daughter. I had no choice. He goes, "I don't give a fuck."
He's like, "Right, bro?
People make decisions like this every day, B."
Facts, bro.
And then they just shoot this dude and toss him on a fucking helicopter
Like
in the
nothing,
river.
bro.
Yeah,
Body
like nothing.
this dude, throw him right out.
They're like, "Peace out, man." And then they take the portal opener and they're like, "Oh, well, now we have the technology."
Yo, so then he does some more savage shit.
Man, Baines is fucking crazy,
This
dog.
dude instantly opens the portal and has all these fighter jets come and just starts shooting missiles into the portal.
So they have like a time lapse of what they do to this fucking demon realm.
Yo.
They drop a like nuclear bomb in there. They shoot it with air fighter jets.
Pretty much.
And then they built a facility in the demon realm. They built the jail there.
So VP Baines is pretty much like fucking Israel's president, fucking whatever his name, Yahoo Nit, whatever.
I had no idea.
And he just attacks and starts fucking attacking motherfuckers, shooting missiles and fucking.
And then the motherfuckers built a jail. They built a jail there and have like meetings and hang. Then there's like a mystery dude. They didn't show his face; they only show half his face. And they're like, "Yeah, you were right, man. Demons are real." And they just show half this guy's face. So that's for season 2. I know that. And then it goes back to freaking Dante and Lady, and they're both getting their ass kicked. Dante's getting fucking folded. He basically bitch slaps Lady twice and knocks her out both times.
Right.
And then finally she gets the like nerve to hop in this big ass jet fighter plane. Dante's getting beat to a pulp inside this building, and you see the airplane pull up, or fighter jet, whatever. She goes, "Yo, demon boy, let's go!" And he's running out of the building towards the jet when she's firing 4 missiles into the building. Bye another building.
You know, like just more destruction.
And blowing it up. They think then they're like scheming away. They think they got away. Here comes fucking Rabbit jumping on top of buildings, chasing after them like fucking Spider-Man. And then he jumps from a building on top of the airplane. And then they're like, "Yo, we're going down!" And you know all the friggin' sirens and shit are going off in the airplane. They just crash. They just crash land again. More on the bridge this time. And Dante, of course, is getting, he was getting his ass kicked for like
definitely
90% of the fight after he turned
definitely
into a demon. No slick one-liners though.
Facts.
So she gets thrown off on the bridge into like a parking lot, and Dante has to take the full brunt of Rabbit. Pause, and then fucking they're going back and forth. Dante gets stabbed through the fucking stomach with his dad's sword, which is freaking hilarious.
Right.
And before Rabbit gets the final blow, freaking lady puts one of the demon-killing bullets into the gun. And she has like one eye, her like limbs are fucked up,
Yo, it's funny,
and she's leaking and shit.
It was the gun that she gave Dante
on top of the roof.
On top of the roof.
And this motherfucker squeezed it so hard he broke it.
So she pulls that out. She ran out of ammo on hers, and she pulled out his, and she's like, "Oh, this dumb fuck." And then she clocks it. And she's like, "Oh, there's still one in the chamber though."
Yeah.
I guess the clip's all fucked up, and that's what she used, bro.
Yeah, it shoots.
Sharp shooting style.
Shoots the apparatus right in friggin' Rabbit's
blows
chest.
That shit up and
then he's just bleeding on the floor, basically incapacitated. And Dante goes full demon mode, pulls the friggin' sword out of his chest, and I don't know where Rabbit gets like the nerve to even get up and like charge after Dante.
Facts.
But he does, and he goes to punch him and just gets fucking stabbed right through the chest with the Sparta sword at full power.
Oh yeah.
And
that was it, finally.
No, and then the teaser at the end. So
the
fucking in the jail that they created in hell, which is fucking nuts.
Facts, bro.
This demon comes and like looks like Thor coming into like anywhere. There's like lightning that comes down.
Yeah, he looks like a straight beast, bro. You're like, this dude's no joke.
And then you just see blood and body parts flying all over like the cells that are holding the demons.
Yeah.
And so he lets them out. He goes, damn, I forget the king's name that he says, like, whatever king is ruling hell right now, he's like, he sends his regards, you're all free, you're his people. And the humans say that they want a war, and I am the storm. And I was like, all right, dog. And then the demon turns to his human form, and it's Virgil,
which is
Dante's
brother he think is dead.
He thought was dead the whole time.
So Virgil's out here walking around in full demon mode like a beast.
Yeah. So he got way more strength and time in demon mode.
He's
however 2 decades he was in demon mode.
Facts, bro. Like, so
that's crazy.
Next season's gonna be crazy.
Next season's gonna be all fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
Because Virgil is never gonna be on his side, so they're gonna be clashing and fucking to the death. Because I bought one of the Devil May Cry games probably like 6-7 years ago, and the last fight in the game is Virgil, and you have to kill him because he just has been fucking you up all game.
Fucking Virgil.
Yeah, he's fucking you up, man. But yeah, that's Devil May Cry. It was a really good anime. Short 8 episodes, but damn, it was jam packed. There was a lot of shit to go over, a lot of shit to see, and a lot of shit to understand.
Yeah, it's dope, man.
It was good. I was surprised.
Right? I was telling you, I was like, yo, this is I mean, even though we just watched it like a week and a half ago, I was like, I usually I can watch a whole season 1 of a show and only remember one person's name. I probably remember like 4 or 5 people's name from the show.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I usually only remember one person that's usually like the main character, but I always remember everybody because I was very interested in it, man.
Yeah, it was a good fucking anime, man.
I meant to show you too, man. Fucking my nose is like clogging up. I meant to show you too, friggin' like Marcio sent me a message or whatever of like it was like a thing of like, oh, a few slept on like really good anime shows, whatever. And she's like, oh, have you seen any of these? And I only seen 1 out of 3. The first one, the one I remember Brian put me on, was like Cabineria, the Iron Fortress, or whatever it was.
That's a good anime.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, I don't remember, but I remember watching it. It was only like fucking 5 episodes or some shit.
Yeah,
it was super short.
It should have been a movie with all the
that's
episodes
what it seemed like
combined. Yeah.
Never seen the other 2. I'll have to let you know what it is. And she's like, oh, so I told her, I was like, I seen the first one. I was like, I don't remember, but I remember it was pretty dope for how short it was.
Yeah, it definitely.
And she's like, oh, well, you wanna try like one of the other 2s? I was like, what? Trying to dabble in the anime world, man.
That's dope. That's dope. What were they? But damn, yo, you got your girl trying to dabble with some anime. All right.
Let's see, man. Bailey can finish other shows.
Yo,
but...
congratulations to Jordan. I don't know if y'all knew, freshly engaged man now.
Oh yeah, man. Forgot
Freshly
about that.
engaged, yeah.
Yeah, man. Had to pop the big question real quick, man. You know, it was about time.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, like, oh, you've been that long. I said, listen, man, I spent all the money I had on the down payment for this house.
Yep.
I had to recoup from that. So that's
Yeah,
the only
man.
reason why. If I stayed in an apartment, I would have had the ring 3 or 4 years ago. You know what I mean? But it was just like,
Yo, life gets in the way, man.
yeah.
Like,
And then when you start having kids, it's like, all right, more and more money's
Yo,
this, yo.
that's
It
what I was
just
telling.
crazy.
I was telling Minnie. I was like, yo, we had Winry, and it's just you got to recoup from these things, man. Kids are expensive.
Oh, look at that,
Diapers are
bruh.
even more expensive.
All of it, everything. Daycare.
It's fucking nuts.
We can go on for hours.
For real. Oh, also,
what was
don't let no one fool y'all, man. I know Father's Day is tomorrow, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, man.
Yeah, man.
We're both one, so we fuck with that heavy. So,
Exactly, man. It's our day.
hell yeah.
You know, you just don't celebrate it. But if you got a good man like us, man,
Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
then it's Father's Day, bro.
Father's
simple
Day,
as
man.
that.
Y'all enjoy your goddamn day.
Max, bro. I don't remember where it is, man. I'm trying to. I should have saved it too, cause I
Yeah.
definitely wanted to check it. Oh, here it is.
What you got? What you got?
So yeah, it's Cabinet of the Iron Fortress, Codebreaker.
Codebreaker, okay.
That's on Crunchyroll,
Mm-hmm.
and then Vanishing Line.
Let me see. It's not like a picture or anything.
Yeah, it's a short video. Actually, that one look pretty tough.
Yo, this fucking guy with the straw hat is
For real.
the rice hat. It's so funny. Yeah, I've seen Codebreaker. And Garo Vanishing Line. I don't know if I've seen that one.
Right?
I don't know.
Have to check it out. That's
Yeah.
pretty dope.
I have to check that out. That's crazy that she said that to you. Good for you guys,
Yeah,
man.
because if we watch it together, I'll see I'm going to have to make a guest appearance on the show.
Yeah, man.
You know, talk about that episode. What her thoughts on actually watching the whole first anime.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I told her by next fall. By next fall, we got to watch Hunter x Hunter because we were putting away the winter clothes today, and I had those 2 Hunter x Hunter jackets. She's like, oh, she's like, we gonna be wearing them this year together out. I was like, yeah, but I was like, you know, people might come to you and be like, oh,
You gotta watch the anime first.
Who's your favorite on the jacket? And she can't just be like, oh, you know, it's hard to pick.
That person's gonna be me.
Yeah.
And be, yo, so who's your favorite, B?
You
She's
know,
gonna be,
so I was
oh, well.
I was like, so we're gonna have to watch that, bro. We can, you know, it'll be good because they got it. They got every episode dubbed. So,
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's
so-
the only way I watch Hunter x Hunter is dubbed.
yeah.
No, actually, I think
don't
I
remember,
think I
but-
watched in Japanese.
I think I watched it mixed, but well, half and half, but
Like you.
yeah, half breed and shit.
Fucking half breed.
Yeah, so I definitely want to. At least I'm gonna try to start one of these with her, and then we'll try to do Hunter x Hunter together.
Yeah, definitely let me know if you do that. That's dope. I mean, we gotta have her on if you guys finish the whole series.
I forgot too. I wanted you to try the jacket on the sea side. I'm sure they probably still got one on
Yeah,
sale.
yeah. I should have.
But I definitely got that shit. That she put that shit in that vacuum sealed bag. I was like, I ain't
Damn.
opening that shit.
Nah, you don't want to do that.
Nah.
But alright, everybody. If you haven't seen Devil May Cry, definitely check it out. Happy Father's Day to all y'all fathers out there. And we're hitting this friggin'
hyperbolic time chamber. Get ready for tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
You know what I
Yeah, we'll
mean?
see you guys next time.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. Peace.